Excuse me?
I'm just kidding. I don't have camouflage dragon attack pants. I wish I did.
Show and sell.
Hello and welcome to Show and Sell, the show that celebrates digging through other people's trash.
Oh, it's so good.
Hello, Trash Dragons. I'm Chris, Trash Dragon of the West, currently Trash Dragon of the Midwest, as I'm here at my folks' home in Wisconsin. And usually Mr. Blankenship would tell us to like, share, subscribe, all those
Now we
things.
have
And
the slidey to do that.
oh yeah, please let me tell me what I sell.
Wow.
So eBay on Discogs, mostly media.
And I'm Katie, and I'm Trash Dragon of the South, and I sell mostly clothing and accessories, but I'm always on the hunt for anything sparkly or unique, and at this time of year, anything a little bit scary.
Ooh. And I'm Joe. I'm the Trash Dragon of the East. I am ill slept, but I like to buy a lot of stuff. Lots of items that are all the same, including I got about 11 of these portraits.
Wow.
Recently.
Same artist, I take it. Yeah.
Artist.
Nice.
She was. I really liked her art. She and her husband were moving to the UK. I was like, oh, just prior to the election. They're like, well, that's not why we're moving, but yes. Yeah. So a lot of there's a lot of great portraits I got, and so yeah, the way I always look at art is that it's one of those things that you pay for once and it brings you a lifetime of joy.
Mhm.
So it's like when you kind of extrapolate the cost over, or what amortize, I think is the term, amortize the cost of the item over the lifetime. It's like pennies a day for joy. And what's wrong with that?
Nothing.
And that's how you got addicted to Resident Evil games as well.
Also,
So does anyone have any updates? Other like I said, I'm in the Midwest visiting my folks, and that's pretty fun and exciting. But you guys,
I'm going to do a big sell this week.
Did you
I'm
get-
gonna do a big
did you-
in-person sell.
did you get the consignment shop?
We are still waiting for a smaller booth.
Okay.
My mother is not going for the bigger booth, although the bigger booth is not that big.
Okay.
I think we'd be fine.
Yeah.
But I'm going to do a big person clothing sell in this week, resale. So I will have an update.
But we have a special guest coming up after our first segment. It'll be the second segment, but you have to wait for that. And so, Joe, unless you got something, we're going to move on to the item that brought you joy.
take it away.
The thing that brought you joy.
Who wants to go first? Katie, let's go classic rotation. Katie, what do you got?
Well, we're in October, so it's fall time, which means Katie's opened her bin of sweaters. And by bin, I mean
good.
3 trunks. of
I'm
sweaters.
excited because
Yeah,
you have the best sweatshirts and sweaters. I've
I
ever
do.
seen.
This one you might like a lot. So this is by a little known company named Printed Artworks. And what they do is they print on cashmere. And I am a big, let me be carefully put this. I do not want to pay full price for cashmere. I don't even want to pay close to full price. I want to pay approximately $7 or $8 for cashmere.
Yeah.
But I really like the way it feels. So I have a few tricks, which I'll describe another
You like
time.
walking out of vintage stores with cashmere under your shirt.
I like getting cashmere for free. No, but it's also something that I've trained myself pretty well to be able to do by feel in a sweater rack. So
Right.
to be able to go through and touch sweaters and know what's cashmere or like a heavy blend. But these I can't. These are hard to find. So I'm going to show this. See if you can read it.
Who wants to live forever? Who dares to love forever when they must die? Oh, whoa! When they
So
must
if you'll
die.
know, this is Queen. This is Who Wants to Live Forever.
Oh wow! I did not pick that up, even though
It
I
is
like Queen.
printed into the sweater. It's also, I
Wow.
believe, from the Highlander franchise. So I was done when I read it. I was like, oh yes, it's also on the sleeve, which makes me very happy. It's just such an obscure of all the Queen lyrics, of all
Right.
the Queen songs, of the discography. We've chosen this and on orange. I don't know why, but I respect the company for making bold choices.
Exactly.
Again, it's called Printed Artworks. Look them up. A lot of people somehow don't know that they're a little pricey. So sometimes you can get a deal, like your girl Katie, especially if they're weird. But they also do like a lot of like newspaper print on cashmere. They're just really, and they're super thin. They just have a lot of whoever's the creative director of this company is having a lot of fun. And I got this, I think, for $12.
Wow.
Whoa. That's
Yeah.
pretty close to my camouflage dragon attack pants.
Excuse me?
I'm just kidding. I don't have camouflage dragon attack pants. I wish I did.
It's close. I also almost walked down the aisle to this song, to Who Wants to Live Forever.
Whoa.
I'm a little bit of I'm a super theater kid, so to me that seemed perfect. High drama, we're doing it.
So instead, I walked down the aisle to Time Warp.
It was close. I had the other song that was high in contention was for Bram Stoker's Dracula with Andy Lennox. So
Francis Ford Coppola's
and the song is "Love Song to a Vampire," and Annie Lennox sings it.
Okay.
So yeah,
I remember I watch a video channel called Mr. Sunday Movies, and they're just like, this movie is so overly sexual. Everyone's so horny in this movie.
Yeah. And so good looking.
Yeah.
It's just filled with the best looking people. I mean, Gary Oldman alone, like just.
Oh yeah. No, he just is just a lunatic throughout. And then apparently what they were going to do was Coppola was going to put all the money into the costumes, and they were just going to kind of have very vague, kind of shadowy backgrounds. And the company was just like, we'll give you the money for backgrounds. Just
love that. The costumes are so good.
Yeah.
They are the best. And that's my item.
That's amazing. Joe.
We should throw to Joe? Okay.
All right,
Joe, what's your item of joy?
My item of joy is I picked this up at my Midwest trip to see my family. We stopped by the bins, the St. Vincent de Paul Dig and Save. And my wife Hannah found this backgammon set, but it was missing. It was missing, like, it didn't have all the pieces. Like, you're supposed to have 15 of each, and I think it had like 1, 2, 3, like 6 of one color and maybe 12 of another. And so the other thing I did when I was out there is visited my dad, who's got a lathe for wood turning, and so he and I started making these handmade wood, like so these are walnut. These have been sanded. These have not been sanded yet. It's my next. But yeah, so here's some nice wood. See if we hopefully can get the rain. They're really
nice.
Yeah. Once they're oiled up, they're going to be really beautiful, and I'm really looking forward to finishing the project. So yeah, that's my item of joy. Oh, hey, who's a good boy? Ulysses is a good boy. Hi, Ulysses.
Does Ulysses dance or no?
Yes, and she is interested in wood carving as well. She's interested in learning a hobby.
You know, Ulysses, I apologize for I just misgendering you.
So I will go.
First, item of joy.
That's a good question. Hi, Ulysses. So I am here in my folks' home, and I had my dad dig these out. These were a thing I was pretty obsessed with as a kid, but they wisely didn't let me play with them. So these are International Harvester toys.
Oh, wow.
Trucks from like the 1940s, and they're in pretty good shape. There's this like little dent, little thing on the front here. But they're in great shape. It's beautiful. It was apparently my grandfather Paul, great grandfather Paul, worked at International Harvester, and for Christmas he would bring the kids these farming toys. And there's a couple others. This tractor.
Did you say you weren't allowed to play with these?
I was not.
They're collector items?
I mean, I think they were just like prized childhood. Toys, and I was known for burying my toys in sand.
You played the bang game where you'd be like, "Ah, ah!"
Exactly. So there's there's a tractor and a manure spreader, which every child has to have, and they join. You can see that it's somewhat functional. Like the wheels, everything works.
Wow.
So like there's a bunch. There's a bigger tractor, like a bulldozer, and a couple other things. But those were the two that I kind of like really remember as that were like on display.
Did you want to play with them?
Oh yeah, more than anything. And it was that, and my dad had a Mickey Mouse watch, which I think they actually gave to me, but then I just destroyed. So, like I said, wise decision. We have a very special guest coming up, which is my mom. So this is going to be a lovely episode of that might get us a Pulitzer. So we are going to move on to our next segment, the Trash Dragon of the Week. Again, my mom.
Trash Dragon of the Week. Rawr.
All right, we are back. Trash Dragon of the Week. I'd like to introduce you all to my mom, Anita Karwowski.
Hello,
Hi,
everyone.
Mrs. Karwowski.
Hi, Mrs. Karwowski.
Oh, that's so formal. Oh, Anita. Thank you.
We're just going to start off with a couple questions. How did you get started thrifting, Mom? What's your? I remember one of my earlier memories was like stopping at garage sales and having garage sales and.
Oh, when your dad and I were in Pennsylvania, he was going to Penn State, and we had very, very little money. So everything that I bought was from resale, garage. We had a bed, oh my God, that we bought that threw us together all the time in the middle. And, but
that's how Jim was born.
yeah, that's how Jim was born. Yes. And, but then I've got used to doing that and I loved it. I loved it. And the other two boys did not, but Chris always liked to go with me. I would take him and I would go during, that started when he was very, very young. So it's been fun for me.
Yeah, you sell things at a consignment shop, and you also still buy things around the house.
Exactly.
And Grandma apparently wasn't a thrifter. I am assuming. No. Okay, so you just kind of decided like it was necessity rather than like something you did with your.
At the time, it was a necessity. Now I just like to change out pictures and things around the house, so I go garage sailing and find something new and exciting.
What type of items do you thrift for now? Because it's not out of necessity. So when you're garage sailing or looking, like after it became not as much of a necessity to do, resale, what do you like to look for the most?
I don't know. I just sort of look until I find something that really grabs me. And sometimes I'll walk by it 2 and 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll say, I need to take that home. I'll find a place, but I don't like to overdo it, and have so much stuff. But what I do bring home, I really love.
And then everything else goes in consignment booth?
Oh, my niece came not too long ago, and we did how shall I say this, purging. So sure. I purged a lot, but now I'm very comfortable with what I have. And if I take it to the resale shop. You're right, consignment store.
She she pointed out this thing, which is a baker's cabinet.
Oh, nice.
Like I'll give it a little. Can you explain this a little bit, Mom? Like what the?
That was at one of the local stores, and I just looked at it. I knew it would fit on that wall perfectly. So I had my friend stand by it until No one else would take it. So,
That's good.
yeah.
Her most threatening friend was that
I've
Patty?
actually done that with my own mom, where we just someone has to hang out
Oh,
by
yeah.
the tag of it.
To make sure, and she pulled the tag off, which I never thought of doing, but it worked.
But Mom got distracted, left the store, and then just and her friend got locked in there all night. And they turned it into a movie called Night at the Museum.
I have
Good
one
one.
more quick question. If you were to go into a thrift store, which section are you going to first? What's like the first look for you?
The first look, housewares.
Okay.
I like certain old, really old things. Can I show them one of them?
Yeah.
Please.
Okay. All right. This is my.
Oh,
Teacup.
wow.
Oh wow.
Isn't it beautiful?
Oh
Is
my
that
goodness.
copper?
Yes.
That's amazing.
It's like hammered copper.
Hammered
Wow.
copper. And Chris thought it was funny that I keep my old change. If I have a lot of change in my purse, I just throw it in there and every now and then take it out. But I just loved it all.
Yeah.
And yeah, couldn't go home without that one.
That's
But
amazing.
it's all in what you like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like not even a real fan of you just like the object.
Correct.
And, like you like iced tea, but not necessarily hot tea. So that
Correct.
has no, other than holding your loose change, it has no real practical value for you.
Well, also aesthetically, it looks neat.
It's
It's neat
cool.
to sit somewhere.
It is so cool.
Oh yeah, no, it's a cool item.
Yeah.
The more broken down and
Yeah.
worn the item is, the more my mom likes it.
Yeah, I like that kind of stuff. And
Why don't you show off the next item?
okay, the next one is a cast iron pig.
Whoa.
I'm into him.
Isn't
I
he
knew
cool?
Katie would be like, yes.
I'm
I
into him.
love it.
Yeah,
It's
he's
so
awesome.
heavy. It's like full. Like
Yeah.
I feel like it's almost fully cast iron.
Yeah.
Oh, I would have bought him. Yeah.
Yeah. He was just sitting there waiting for me.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. And
You would have bought him and called him Sir Oinks a lot.
Yeah.
I have him on the top of the book, one of the bookcases, and Chris saw that one and said, "Oh, that's a cool one to show."
I think it's pretty new, right?
Yeah, it's fairly new. I would say in the last 2 years that I've bought it.
He's
It was
great.
under a spider web that said, good pig.
Aw.
No, some pig, excuse me.
Some pig.
Some pig.
That's some pig. Yeah.
Some pig.
For
Show us
sure.
what.
And I have one more. Did you take that, Chris?
Oh yeah, I've got it. This is very heavy, so
Very heavy.
I almost don't have the arm strength. But here we go.
Put your back
So
to it.
I am trying. So
It's
here's the
upside-
item.
Upside
It is
down.
upside down.
Upside down. Okay.
So this is the item.
It's
Wait.
an item. It's a brick.
Oh, I was like,
Yeah.
how is it so heavy? It was like, it looks like a really
And
lovely
someone
painting.
painted on the brick?
Yes.
That's
It's
crazy.
such a beautiful scene.
That's
And
beautiful.
again, I walked by it 3 times thinking, it has to go home with me. And I didn't know where I was going to put it, but I found a wonderful spot near where I have my lounge chair, and I look at it all the time.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Thank you.
Yeah, my mom loves things painted on other things.
Mhm.
She used to do that. She used to paint hats. She used to work at for a place called Cherry Orchard, right?
Yeah.
And then she used to paint like cherries on hats and other items. For a
Visors. Yeah.
little bit of candy money.
Oh, that's so fun.
It
Oh,
is.
wow.
It is.
Do you have any-
So where you are now, where was the better thrifting experience? Would you say Pennsylvania or
Here.
Here.
There's a lot here, especially up north.
Really?
Yeah. And as you travel up north, I love this one place. I go Bargains Unlimited, I think it is.
And we're in Door County, Wisconsin, just to be clear. It's sort of like there's a peninsula that juts out of Green Bay. Yeah, Joe can do that.
I think it would be this. Here's Wisconsin. There's the thumb.
Door County, yeah.
Oh,
That's
okay.
Door County.
Thank you. That's very good. But I find a lot of things there. They're more upscale people up there. Okay. And as you go up, it's more and more upscale.
So they have money to spend, and so therefore money to discard items.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
Yes.
Are you talking about up north in, like, say, Rhinelander way, or up north, further north into Door County?
Into Door County.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense, because you have a lot of vacation homes and weekend homes and so on. So people just like,
I don't need that.
Also, there's a fair amount of retirees up here because the peninsula keeps it cooler in the summer and then warmer in the winter. Not enough to not go to Florida, but warmer.
Yes. I'm hoping to take Chris resailing soon.
Ooh,
yes. He's been busy.
Yeah, I haven't gone. I was hoping to find a sport coat to keep my keep the cool look I've been rocking.
Did you tell your mom about your new look?
My 70s paranormal investigator look?
Mm-hmm.
Probably. I guess maybe not.
No,
she has it on her laptop. Is like one of the first instances where I'm wearing the Taurus chain. I'll put the picture up here. It's me and my brothers, and you get a kind of sense of how I'm different from them, other than just thrifting.
That's great,
because they're wearing like the same shirts and have like kind of like this similar pants, and then me, who looks like I could have been a wizard in Soviet Russia.
There we go. There we go.
Couldn't believe the jewelry,
the crystal.
Yeah,
it may or may not have powers.
The Taurus. The Taurus chain has.
I didn't know why Taurus. Yeah, who knows? Okay,
it's fun wearing a bowl on your around your neck. I've just been looking for a chunky 70s kind of thing, like a horoscopy necklace for a while to wear with that kind of outfit, and I found it at the thrift store at my brother's house in Elmhurst. Really?
I didn't realize that.
I just realized I have one I need to send you. It has a Pegasus on it. I need to send you that.
Yes.
You should probably have that. Sorry. Yep.
I
have no business owning that. That should be yours. For
yes, I claim it by blood and right. But
oh, sorry. And I have one last question. Can you please describe Chris's high school bedroom? What was it like? Was he a messy? Was he level of mess?
It was a mess.
Yes.
Yes, a mess.
I was just actually remembering I used to share a room with the middle brother Dave, and I went away to something for like my grandparents for like a week or two, and they came back and told me how clean Dave kept the room, and I was just like, this feels rigged. It feels like Dave's just doing this to. It's not like if you like Dave is a very clean guy. Anyway, with me, who the other when I lived with was sharing a room with Dave, I had a hamster named Oscar, and he got loose one night, and I'm a heavy sleeper, so when I'm out, and apparently the hamster got out and was crawling around the room, and my mom and brother were moving the bed around, like trying to get to the hamster. Still out. Don't remember any of this happening.
No, I remember.
So we are going to move on to our next segment then, which is Joe.
Thank you.
Tales from the Flypt!
Whoa.
Tales from the flipped. Tales from the flipped.
We are back, Tales from the Flipped, and our topic is what is something you would never buy used. So Joe, Joe, go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm afraid we're probably all gonna be on the same page because it's shoes. It's not shoes. It's socks and underwear. No, I was gonna see if there's any cooking utensils. And there aren't. I'll buy almost any cooking utensil. So yeah, I think that socks and underwear is my only red line.
Why don't I go? Throw up the mix. I like as far as cooking utensils goes. I won't actually buy wooden like spoons there, like or like kind of things that you stir, just because it's hard to really do a deep clean disinfectant on wood, and so I tend to buy them new. And as far as things I won't buy swimming trunks. But I do buy shoes, which does freak a lot of people out. I think it doesn't freak out women. It like because they know like that's how you get good, amazing shoes for cheap.
Yeah.
And it's also like I feel like I buy like sneakers, which you do have to disinfect, and but
Men's shoes are very difficult.
yeah,
because a lot of guys tend to wear their shoes into the ground, so they're either incredibly worn, right? Or if they're too new, it's because they pinch or they don't feel good, so someone's given them to the thrift store, right?
Right.
That
Yeah.
seems to be.
Yeah, but I'm pretty like I've got a pretty good pair of thrifted shoes right now that I like, that I have a good wide toe hold and fit well and are very comfortable. I found like my very favorite pair of shoes that I did wear into the ground that I would love to resole, but because they're like $200 shoes that I got for like $15, and was the only time I ever got compliments from women on my footwear. Only in my whole life. Those shoes, they're like, those are nice shoes, and I'm like, this is weird, but thank you. So, Katie, why don't you go? We'll save Mom for last.
Okay, I have I would say right now cat stuff. So anything like a cat tree, a used cat tree, or anything like that, because I have one cat that doesn't like other cats. And so anything that smells like cat, even though sometimes you can find really good ones, you can find really good sort of big cat toys. Same with rugs. I won't buy used rugs right now just because I have a cat that can't handle other smells. And then I don't buy, I'm a little funny about pillows, especially about pillows that go on the bed. I don't
Throw pillows or sleeping pillows?
sleeping pillows, but then also I'm a little funny about throw pillows. It sort of needs to look like it's in okay shape. I don't know. I'm worried about stuff being in there that I can't get to. I don't know. I'm a little. It's just not. It's not something that I bought many times. I find myself being a little weird about it. I'm a little sometimes worried,
like-
especially if I'm at a place that doesn't. The bins I would not buy pillows. Yeah, let's put it that way. So,
Right.
some resale stores or things like that, that's fine.
Oh.
Consignment stores, I would. I don't know. Certain thrift stores, I wouldn't. Just
Would you guys buy bed sheets?
I'm trying to think. I've bought towels.
Wait, would I buy
Is that-
bed sheets? Maybe not. I think I don't think I have. I've gotten used. No, I've used. I have been given used bed sheets that are like, because we have a king size bed, and king size bed sheets are pretty expensive.
Yeah.
And if you can find a good flannel king size bed sheet, that's that's great. But I don't think I don't look for them, and I feel a little bit odd about that when I'm looking for it myself. I don't mind receiving them, but I just never buy them myself.
I bought some for my inflatable mattress for guests, just like to have something. And I was at like one of the first estates garage sales in LA where I currently live, and someone was just getting rid of all their linens, and I'm like, it was a nice old lady. So I'm like,
That I would do.
yeah,
I would do
so
that at a garage sale. I think the only time I bought linens is I know I've bought towels because I like vintage towels, the ones that are 100% cotton. I like those, and you can only find them at thrift stores because they don't make towels quite like that. So I do, and I like especially towels from the 70s tend to have really neat patterns sort of embossed into them. They're just really neat. So if I find those, I'm buying those. But I don't know if I'd buy sheets from the 70s. I don't know. Tablecloths, yes. I don't know about sheets.
And Mom, what about you?
I wouldn't buy a bathing suit
Yeah.
or underwear from a thrift store. Why would somebody give their underwear away?
Well, I think a lot of people think of it as recycling, but I think people, when they think recycling, they think it gets broken down to its core components, like metal, like you kind of grind it or shape, like turn it into raw material again and then reform it, not just you're giving it to someone else.
Right.
Well, I know that
That's my theory.
They have denim, blown denim insulation that you can put on walls. Maybe they do the same thing with blown underwear insulation. It's all the old underwear, like.
Oh yeah,
I hope so.
Do they shoot that out of a gun?
Yeah. I mean, they have rolls of it, and then I think they also blow it like you would with other
foam.
Not. Well, it's more like the stuff that goes up in the attic. So that kind of blown insulation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know, Mom. Do you think we did it this episode? Is it 2 thumbs up, 5-star episode, A+++++? Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Hey, we got it. We did.
This could be our first. Is this our first 8 thumbs up episode?
I think so.
Yay! Let's. Oh, right, we did it. So again.
Oh, you are funny, Joe.
So we're going to do another a cappella version of
the closing theme.
The closing theme.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Thank you for watching Show and Sell. If you remember, hit like, share, subscribe. But if you don't, everything is gonna be alright. And if you do, things are gonna be a little bit brighter for us. There's an algorithm controlling all of our lives. Thank you for watching Show and Sell. If you remember, ring the bell. Thank you, Joe. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Until next week.
Hey, thanks for coming, everybody.